Hey, um, so thank you for joining me. I'm not very good at live videos, but I wanted to try to make more content and share what's going on as it's going on, and all that jazz. So, if you're joining me, thank you. And if you're not, like, that's cool. You can send messages to me in the chat feature in the live video, and I should be able to see them on my screen. It's this way. But I'm going to pull those up just so that I can keep up to date with what people are doing. All right, so that's pulled up. So if you guys have any questions, just send me a message and I should be able to see it. So I wanted to make this video of announcements to kind of discuss a few things that are going on. Probably seen like my post last week that went through 3 different things that were a big deal. Thank you, Paul, for messaging. So a few things. I guess I'll start with 2020, which was a really unfortunate year for so many people. Last year was crazy. Things were locked down and then they weren't, and safety has been a huge concern for so many people. So it's still going on. We should all still be safe and wear masks and all that jazz. But I feel like hopefully there's a light at the end of the tunnel, going forward. So that 2020 was crazy. And for me, I took the time to try to develop my business model, mostly with real estate. So I took the time to try to reinvest it in what I was doing. So last year, a few things that I accomplished was that I became a licensed drone pilot, which is a big deal. You technically have to be a licensed drone pilot to operate a drone for commercial purposes in the US. So I did that last year, which was pretty cool. I started offering Matterport 3D virtual tours for listings, as people were very hesitant to go into their, allow people into their homes that they were selling, and people didn't want to go into other people's homes. So I did start offering Matterport 3D virtual tours, which was a huge game changer for me. And I started offering video products. Video is not particularly my background. I went to school for photography, solely like photography. I did maybe a few little slideshow things, but yeah. So I started offering video services, mostly video walkthroughs for real estate listings. I've done a few projects with a company that works with nonprofits to help raise funds, and then I've been working with a couple other people and nonprofits recently that I'll talk about as well. So that was kind of 2020. It was like, crazy. I was grateful to be able to photograph, to continue to photograph listings and things like that. Yeah, so we're in 2021 now, and there's a bunch of things going on that are moving forward, which I'm super excited about, and kind of the basis for this video. That I wanted to be like, hey, this is what's going on right now, because I realized when I looked through my business page and my personal page that like I don't really share that much of what I'm doing. You know, people don't realize like what the volume I'm working at is. You know, for example, January of this year, I photographed uh, 20 shoots. It's like 16 real estate listings and some headshots and a wedding, which is huge because I still work full time. Um, so yeah, so that. But we'll get back to that. I made a list. I tried to be prepared, so I did make a list of my poor handwriting list of things to discuss. So I'm just working down a list, and I appreciate your patience with me. So a few things that have happened this year already that I'm super excited about. First off, you may have seen I've been voted onto the board for the Museum of Photographic Arts, the Florida Museum of Photographic Arts in Tampa, which I'm super excited about. While I was in college, I worked with the Southeast Museum of Photography for about 3.5 years. And I'm really excited to be in an environment, you know, that's photo heavy, that's museum oriented, and to help them, you know, accomplish whatever their goals are. So that's super exciting. I don't quite know exactly what they ask, like what they want from me, but I know that, you know, as I work with their organization, I hope to bring some of my knowledge and assets with me to them. So that was one thing. Another thing, my studio here, it's in the Warehouse Arts District, the Arts Exchange building. Back before the pandemic, I was in a studio upstairs that was much smaller than this. And now I'm in this studio downstairs off of the main gallery, which is exciting. But I've also been working with the nonprofit side of the Warehouse Arts District Association. If you guys followed the organization back in December for Giving Tuesday, they did a series of interviews that were published live. I think it was 10 or 11 interviews, but I helped to produce that and have been working with the Warehouse Arts District Association for future marketing and providing video content for them, which is it's fun. Like I like it. It's actually one of the reasons why this video is structured this way. You know, using some of the things that I've learned to try to improve them. So thank you for joining me on this test, but this is the actual video, it's not a test. So that, and they have a few projects that they're working on. The district is working on building out and having like educational classrooms and a dance studio, which is really exciting for them. And I'm really excited too. And then also, I had a meeting last week with the Gulf Coast Jewish and Family Community Services. They help families and they help children to get adopted. So I'm excited to, in the next few weeks, be able to work with them to like photograph children that are for adoption, so that hopefully they can find homes, which is really exciting and very fulfilling for me. I'm super excited about it. Yeah, so that's kind of the gist of what's going on, what was last year, what's been this year to date. And then the next portion of what I want to talk about is moving forward, which I know you're not supposed to like say what you're going to tell people before you tell them. You should just tell them, but I'm nervous. It's, you know, there's no one in the room but me. Yeah, so I'm nervous, but it's all good, getting better. So, as I said earlier in the video, I did about 20 shoots in January, and I run my business and I work full time for Watermark Publishing Group as their sole creative staff. So I lay out the issue and collateral and build ads and e-newsletters and all that jazz. And it started to get to the point where it's like trying to balance everything out. And you know, the thing is, like, I love I love working for Watermark. They're a great company. I also love working for myself. I like to think I run a decent, reputable company. And, it just has gotten to the point where it's time for me to start working on my own business more. So in the next couple of weeks, I'll be going to part-time at Watermark. I'll still be doing photo shoots for them and laying out their issue that comes out every 2 weeks. So I'll still be doing the graphic design and photos for them. But I'll be allowing much more time for myself and for my business, and I'm really excited about that. A lot of the wonderful clients that I've had throughout last year, and even before that, I had a lot of repeat clients, which I'm very grateful for. They've had to understand and work with me through my schedule as I try to plan a real estate listing, and I have work and all that jazz. And it just has gotten to the point where I want to pursue my passion and my dream towards becoming more of a full-time photographer. So that's what I'm doing. And that's kind of the point of this video. It's to discuss, I hope to, I think that people, when they have a plan and they start executing that plan, they have this list of things that they want to accomplish, which I do. They're all in my head and they're written down in a notebook or two. But what I really hope to accomplish is to really build those connections with my current clients, to provide them more attention, to have time to go and gather new clients to help build my business, and to be able to devote more time to the nonprofit work that I like to do, that I find fulfilling. I brought up the Women's Arts District Association, the Florida Museum of Photographic Arts, and the Jewish Family and Community, the Gulf Coast Jewish Family and Community Services. And those are all organizations that I care so much about, and I want to see them succeed. And I know that whatever I can do to help that happen, I want to be able to do. So this is just such an opportunity, to be able to devote that time and energy into those other things. And I'm really excited about it. I've never, throughout college and then moving to St. Pete, and up until in a couple of weeks from now, I've always worked 1 or 2 or 5 jobs, which is exhausting, which is fine. It's like you're young, you hustle. I'm young, I hustle. But it's at the point where my business is such that I can start to devote more time to it. And I've never woken up on a Monday morning and not had to be somewhere. And granted, if everything goes as planned, I'll still have to be someplace Monday morning, but it'll be for myself. And I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to come up with new things to provide people. I'm excited to have more availability. Just excited. It's this opportunity I've never thought that I would be able to accomplish, is to be at this point where I'm taking my business to the next level. One of the first things in college, for a photography program, one of the first professors sat down. He was like, thank you all for being here. 50% of you will not pass this program. You'll drop out. Of that 50%, 5% of you will become photographers, which it wasn't a big program. There were maybe 40 people in my class, and I follow most of them, and probably 5% of photographers. And I'm just so grateful to be here and in this moment, and have this opportunity moving forward. Yeah, so I think that's about it. There's 7 people watching. Hello, 7 people watching. Our video's been on for maybe 15 minutes. My vision's kind of bad in glasses. But yeah, 15 minutes. So that's kind of it. Did a lot in 2020. I've hit the ground running in 2021, and I hope to continue more. And I do want to make sure that I say a couple thank yous to some very important people. So first, I would like to thank Rick. Rick is my partner. We're going to be getting married in April. Super excited. He's awesome. He's been supportive throughout all of this. And I'm so thankful for Rick. A special thank you to Eric Wilson at Keller Williams. He has probably been my longest standing client. He, was growing his business. At the same time, I was starting to even dabble in real estate photography, and he's just been great to work with. All of his team is amazing. Alexis Selby is fantastic. She's just, like the most amount of eccentric and delightful to work with. Yeah, there's too many people to mention. But I do want to say just thank you all for joining me. This video will be posted on my timeline. It should be on my personal page, my professional page, and on my YouTube as a live video, and they'll remain there in my newsfeed. So my light went off. It got heated. So I have this video, it's not a video light, it's like a studio light, right? And it gets tired after a while. So let's see. I thought that this might happen. They told me. We got a little bit of light. Okay, so that's fun. So learn your limitations. But yeah, so I hope that in the future you'll all be seeing a little bit more of me with my posts and with hopefully producing videos and live content. If you have anything that you'd like to learn, like ask me questions. I'm here to be an asset or resource. But yeah, thank you all, and I hope that you continue to support me in my endeavors of working more towards my business. Thank you.